Well, Cameron, welcome to Goldington Road, our first new face announced for the 2023-24 campaign. Just how proud are you to be joining Bedford Blues ahead of the new season?
Yeah, really excited to be joining a really prestigious club. I've come down there a couple of times against you boys in the last two seasons, and yeah, not even like from a player perspective of playing a quality side who know how to really attack and really turn up, but like from a fan perspective as well. Like it's always been packed. It's always been a good time there. I'm just really excited to really get involved with everyone from the boys there as well as the fans.
Yeah, the fans may not know you arrived to us from London Scottish. You've been there for 2 years, having completed university, so you're well known to the Championship in that sense.
Yeah.
Just how have you found the past 2 years down there in London? Difficult years for the club. There must have been a brilliant end to your time, staying up, sending Richmond down against all odds, really.
Yeah, the first year was tough. Like that was my first ever experience, like for a full season in a professional environment. And yeah, I think that year taught us about just the ups and downs, resilience really came into a factor there. But I think that year I took away was meeting some quality lads who've gone on, who stayed, and really just getting a real tight knit group. And then that second year, like the coaches have been incredible coming in this year. Like the results haven't gone our way from the start, but we knew we had the quality side there. Like no one ever thought, oh, this side can't win and produce great performances. And so for that last that last month, 3 wins on the bounce, 2 away wins as well at 2 hard sides to go to, and then also a Richmond derby game. That yeah, it was against all odds, but for us, it was just like next job, get it done. Next job, get it done. Like we didn't see anything of like, oh my god, we can actually do this. It was very much in our heads like we know what we have to do and we'll do it. I think we just made it harder ourselves just for the fun of it.
Yeah, and in fairness, there weren't actually many people saying you were a bad side. Every time we spoke to clubs, they're like, London Scotch are really good. There's just something not clicking.
Yeah.
So you were gradually building all the time. Do you take confidence in the way you finished in terms of that building momentum? We obviously finished fourth. We'll take momentum into next season. Do you feel like you can fit into the group now that you're also carrying a lot of positivity at the end of the last campaign?
Yeah, I think from a side that I've always had it that I've been in a side now who's obviously struggled for the last 2 years, but it's not been anything I've used. It's been a challenge, and any team you played is always like you back yourselves. And the exciting part on my end is playing with a team that is like it's expected to have front football, to be playing that dynamic, fast-paced rugby. Like that's built for me. And at Scottish we try that, and we are, and it definitely at times showcasing that, and we get there. But to know, I know for a fact that when Bedford literally will play for a try line, for example, like I know from a fact that that is suited to me of just let's tap and go every single play. Maybe sometimes when it's not needed, but yeah, it's for me, it's also a step up. Like I know for myself to get to that next level, it's just a change I need. I am nothing at all with Scottish. I'm very happy with my 2 years there, regardless of how the seasons went. But for me, it's just putting yourself in a different environment and situation to really cause a different change in performance and playing. And like I said, like you said before, top four finish, like the only part-time side in the league to come top four above, I believe, 2 other full-time sides. It's like that's incredible to me. I know there's going to be a lot of like challenges to face coming there, but we're really excited as well.
It's quite clear from what you're saying, there's a lot of motivating factors for you to come to Bedford. If you could narrow it down to just the one thing, the key thing that's bringing you to Goldington Road next season, what do you say it is?
Um, yeah, it's a good question. Like, there's a couple things to be honest, but if I'm going down one key area, I think it's expectation. Like I'm going to a team that is expected to win, and that literally is like it changes that kind of like mindset of we're not going to a game where it's like 50-50. Like we're going to a game that we are expected to come in here, win, get the job done, go. That's the type of team and place and culture I really want to be involved in, because I think it will just my game will only get better. Like I'm still young. I've got a lot to learn. I'm willing to learn as well, and I know there's a lot of lads there who are class from playing against, and also from playing against and watching them play that can learn from. So yeah, I think the expectation of performing well is something that I'm really looking forward to.
and not to build that expectation too much, but obviously if supporters haven't worked it out so far during this interview, you are in the forwards pack. You will predominantly wear the number 8 jersey. You take it over from a player that was well respected, well liked at this club, pulled up trees in many ways. People would say in Tuiuru. Have you been looking into that too much? Because do you then put more pressure on yourself that you have to perform to that level, or is it just come in, hit the ground running, and just do your thing? You want to become Cameron King. You don't want to become the next Tuiuru here at Bedford. I'm guessing it's that kind of
Yeah, no,
philosophy.
on my end, I played Tui, I think about 3, 4 times over the last 2 seasons, and like he was quality every time, and I respect him as a player. Like I did see myself very similar in terms of like ball carrying, winning that gain line every time. I don't go in with the expectation that I've got to fill his shoes, not at all, because we are different people. I go in with the expectation of joining a club that he's left a good mark on, like let's just carry on. Like give that it's not going to be a missing piece. You're only going to have someone to fulfill that and hopefully bring more. Like that's my only that's what I want to give back to any club I join. Is my best at any club that kind of puts that trust in myself. It will get the best reward out of myself, and like that's what I mean. I've had a good time at Scottish, and the faithful there and people there who were lovely to me, and I love the fans in terms of like, people who do really support the club, and that's what I want to bring to Bedford next. It's just what my skill set as well, which is pretty similar to Timmy's, and just hard ball carrying and going at the line.
In terms of those performances, obviously I can only comment on what I've seen over the past 2 seasons when you've played against Bedford, and you've been a thorn in the side quite a few times. I think you've even scored a try here at Goldington Road last season. London Scottish have always pushed us quite hard, and you've stood out. Did you get motivated by playing here at Goldington Road during those times? Because they were 2,500 in the 3 occasions I think you've played here. Not to say that you get yourself up for the big games, but it's always an atmosphere here at Goldington Road. Has that stuck in your mind when you've come to Goldington Road and you leave thinking that was a bloody good day out?
When I've told people like friends and family that I was coming to Bedford, and I've had a couple of them have come to like the away games at Bedford, they're all chuffed just because they know it's a good time there. And it's actually Bedford as an area. It's very tight knit and good culture, and it seems very well together and strong together. And so when I've been there for games and fans have been there, I haven't had any hostile environment. It's very much like looking around like, damn, this is for a part-time club or for a championship side, this feels amazing, and something that you're not very used to. So to have that every other weekend on your side, it's only going to be a positive to me. Like coming down there as well, like last season, especially like we've had some tough wins, like you mentioned, like tough matches, like you mentioned before. Like I've always respected playing against Bedford every time. I've always think this game's never done, basically.
And there were talks this time last year that you might be arriving at Goldington Road. It obviously didn't work out then, but clearly there's been a lot of interest on both sides from our perspective to bring you in and you to come to Goldington Road. I guess that helps as well in that you've kind of already had a mini transition here. You've seen the facilities, you've played here. Does that make it easier coming into a group that I'm guessing you don't know too many of the faces that well?
Yeah, no, it's nice to come down. And I met Mike, last year, and when we came down for the away fixture this year as well, said hi. I know Sam Roberts as well, working with him last year. Mike, not on the rugby pitch, but off the pitch as well. My last job, so I've had a few conversations, really getting well with Sam. And then players wise as well, I don't know too many faces there. I only know 2, Jack Arthur and Osman. Went to university obviously with Jack, and then was in the Wasp Academy when I was younger with Osman. And like I speak to them, every time I see Jack, I have a lovely conversation. Oz I actually do speak to quite regularly on social. So for me, it will be nice to like meet a new group of lads and really get stuck in. But it's nice to have like 1 or 2 familiar faces there.
What the supporters probably won't know, and will probably try and hopefully your boss isn't watching, but you are working from home today. You're doing this interview as part of your work from home day. a lot of talk in the moment in the press about the championship. What's coming across here is that you feel like this is the league for you to progress. I'm guessing that part-time element in terms of you having a job playing rugby works as well. The championship's getting a lot of positivity, it's getting a little bit of negativity as well. But from your perspective, you see this as the thriving league for your best chance to progress in the game.
Yeah. I 100% double down on that. Like, yeah, everyone has the ambitions to play in the Prem or play for England, British and Irish Lions, for example. Like, for me, like when I was younger, mine's like a long-winded story of like getting cut from the academy, not knowing what I'm doing after school, deciding literally like going to university for the main reason of playing rugby, thinking there's a chance. Because I think at the moment before I went to uni, I did see that was when the time where like players were getting signed for Prem clubs from the university league. That's where it just started. And I was like, yeah, like, oh, there's a chance there, and I can get a degree, and I've got a something to fall back on. For me, it was always being secure and knowing what's in place if something doesn't work out. I don't really like to. I like to make educated and what's the word for it? Yeah, sorry, but I like to make some decisions where I know at least that if it doesn't work out, I know what my next go-to is, and then we can work on it again, and we can try again in the following time. So like going to uni and then, to come and have a job now where I am working actually in sport quite a lot. So I'm working at an agency that focuses in sport where they support athletes like myself, that we get to go to training, leave early to make our training sessions. But it's like they give you that trust, because they know if you put in the work and we see it, we'll let you do what you got to do, because it's not like you're going home to just chill on the sofa. You're literally going to do another job now and get back home around 11 o'clock at night. So it's nice for me just to have that and still be playing at like a really high standard professional level, playing against some guys I never thought probably watched when I was like a kid on TV, and lads and then guys who've come down to the champ either on loan or they're now at the end of their careers and they're now starting to make that transition. But to be playing against those type of quality players and being like regarding the same respect of talent or in that same side, it's something where I definitely didn't see it happening from my side. But that's probably just me trying to be a bit more like not there yet. So yeah, definitely from a champ perspective, I think it's the place to be, and that was a big part about Bedford as well. From its model, I'm full-time side to me, like it's great, and I think anyone who pursues that. But for me, it didn't make sense. Like I had a good situation. I want to be push myself, but to the same point, I want to be able to be okay on the other side after rugby.
And you've chosen Bedford. That's the decision you've made for next season. We're delighted to have you with us for the next campaign. If you just had one message to the supporters to sell yourself to them ahead of the new season, in terms of this club trying to build, finish fourth last season, what would your message to the fans be for the 2023-24 campaign?
I'd say myself, but firstly, I'd say let's get it. That's the first thing I'd say. I know I'm coming in to join them, and basically, yeah, doing better than top four. Let's get top two. Let's challenge for it. I think it's only right. It's keep that momentum going as well. Like nothing's going to change. It's only going to get better. And I just hope I do the club proud in a way.
Perfect. Well, Cameron, delighted to have you with us here at Goldington Road. Welcome to Bedford Blues.
Thank you. Cheers for that.